everybody.
Hey.
I'm Laurie.
And I'm Gary.
And we are
Laurie and Gary Cruise.
What's
What?
happening? What's going on? What is this?
Oh, yeah, yes. I'm getting a whole mouthful of implants put in, and what that involves is, well, I don't have any teeth up here. I've got two teeth. I look like a rabbit.
He's got some teeth.
I got some teeth. I got the bottom teeth, and I got two front teeth here. I look like a rabbit. So what's happening is I'm getting a whole mouthful of implants, and that's a 5-month process, which means extractions, bone grafts, surgical implants, all kinds of stuff, and it's 2 months between each appointment. It's going to take 5 months.
So if you see Gary not smiling on our next cruise videos coming up on the Norwegian Prima, it's not because he's not having a good time, hopefully. It's because he's trying to keep the lack of teeth on the DL. But in a few months, he'll have a beautiful new set.
No, this is the biggest smile you're going to see right here. Because I actually do look like a rabbit. I got two front teeth, that's it, and a lot of bottom teeth. But I'm going through this process right now. But anyway,
let Gary know in the comments that you love him with or without teeth.
Yeah.
Unconditionally.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
So today we want to talk about 10 things we hate about cruise ship dining.
Come and cruise with us. Come and cruise with us. Come and cruise with us, and you won't regret it.
All right, cruise ship dining. So, one of our favorite things to do on a cruise is eat.
Eat.
But even though we've had so many wonderful experiences, we've also had a lot of negative cruise ship dining experiences, and we're going to talk about them. So I'm going to let Gary do number one because this is his biggest pet peeve.
It is a pet peeve, and it's the bread. When they bring out the bread, the first thing, when you sit down, the first thing is sat on the table is a basket of bread. And inevitably, it's hard as a rock.
We're talking about the main dining room.
Yeah, this is the main dining room.
And the buffet.
Oh, yeah, the buffet as well. I think the only time you can be guaranteed to have nice, soft, warm bread is if you go to the specialty dining rooms. Isn't that right, babe?
Yeah, and I want to say something because I'm ready. I'm already ready. My hands are ready to respond to your comments saying, but they have to feed all these people. You guys, just so you know, I am a former employee of the OG, okay? So you can't tell me...
Olive Garden.
You can't... And Bertucci's. Let me know in the comments below if you know what Bertucci's brick oven pizza is. So both the OG and Bertucci's are known for having soft bread, but yet hundreds of customers an evening. Hundreds of guests an evening. And their bread was continuously soft, garlicky, buttery.
Loved it.
So if they can do it, cruise ship main dining.
And you could have as many as you want. You could have all the salad you want, all the bread you could want. It's always very, very soft. Those are two things I liked about the OG.
So number one, get main dining rooms on cruise ships. Get your bread life together.
Yeah, so far right now it's and it's on all ships, right? In the main dining room, at least the ones we've been on.
Yeah, even like Celebrity, I don't recall the bread being good, although they do have the good butter.
Oh, they got nice selection of butter.
Yeah,
like
so
3 or 4. Yeah. So no. Number 2, half the buffet is nearly always closed. Take it away, babe.
Half the buffet is closed. It doesn't matter if your ship is half full or fully full, but without a doubt, at least one entire station is always closed.
Which causes a bottleneck, thousands of people going crazy in there.
You know, when the ship is not as full, fine. I understand you want to save some money. You don't want to have the employees working 24/7. That's great. But on like a full Royal Caribbean ship, specifically, we just did Symphony of the Seas recently, and like one of the stations in the back would be closed sometimes. It's like, and the buffet was always mobbed. It's like, come on, you guys. This causes lines, and it's just so annoying.
Lots of lines, and it causes people to lose their patience. People get grumpy. It's just not a good idea, cruise ships.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
If you have a buffet, if you have an area in the buffet, open that area.
Yeah.
So that's number 2. Oh my God, what a disaster we have next to us. This brings us to number 3. The buffet always looks like it has 10,000 different options,
It looks like it.
but half the time it's just repetition.
Repetitive.
Most recently on our Royal Caribbean Odyssey of the cruise, specifically for breakfast, which he doesn't even go to.
I'm
but,
still asleep.
I got all excited because there was all this stuff in the center, and then there was like all this stuff going down one side, all this stuff going down the other side. No, it was basically whatever was on one side was on the other side too.
Yeah.
And like,
So why go through one side and then turn around and go through the other side when it's the exact same thing?
so repetition.
Yeah.
It's annoying. It's not exciting. It's kind of a downfall, and we just don't like it.
Yeah,
so
hard to
that's
find a
number
table.
3.
Anyway, moving on. Number 4, surf and turf. Now, when you go to a specialty restaurant,
And you're paying extra.
and you're paying $40, $50, $60, $70 extra.
I mean, some are like at like 90 now.
Yeah, they keep rising it. The prices keep going up and up and up and up. Anyway, surf and turf used to be a nice lobster tail and a beautiful filet mignon. Now it's still a beautiful filet mignon, but it's shrimp instead of lobster. I know they're trying to cut back on monetary, but come on.
I wrote in my notes, you guys, it's giving Sizzler. So, and listen, nothing wrong with Sizzler. I like a good Sizzler here and there. But what I'm saying is, if I'm paying to go to Cagney's,
A lot.
this fancy schmancy steakhouse, can I have the lobster tail be the surf, please?
And not only that.
And it used to be, you guys. It used to be.
Yeah, it used to be a nice lobster tail and a 10-ounce filet mignon. Now it's an 8-ounce filet mignon and just 3 shrimp. That's not a very good substitute for a lobster tail.
No. So that's number 4. So come on. At least the specialty restaurants just...
We're paying a lot of money to get in there. Give us a lobster.
Yeah,
Come on.
or don't call it surf and turf. Just call it steak and shrimp.
Yeah,
okay? Because
steak and shrimp.
the surf and turf, it like gets me all worked up, all excited, and then it's the stupid shrimp.
Then here comes the plate and go,
I
come
mean,
on,
you see it
guys.
in the menu, but you know what we mean.
Number 5. Take it away, babe.
The main dining room tables are like 1 inch apart. Princess Cruise Lines is the worst in our experience.
Oh, yeah. We asked for a table for 2. We went over there. They showed us our table for 2. And 1 inch away was another table for 2.
Like 1 inch. We're not exaggerating.
Exactly.
1 inch.
Exactly.
And
we asked the people next to us. They said, "Well, yeah, we wanted it to be by ourselves as well," and said, "Well, we do too." And said, so we asked to be put into another table, and they graciously did. But the table next to us was just as irritated. as
No,
we were.
but you're not even thinking about the one time when it was so busy they couldn't reseat us, and we were next to a solo traveler.
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
had-
Oh, yeah.
He was nice, but we had nothing in common with him, and it was just when
And
you're
he kept-
this close,
and he kept yapping
you
and
can't just
yapping
be
and
like,
yapping and
okay,
yapping.
we're gonna just. You're too close.
Yeah.
You have to be
You're
friendly.
too close not to have a conversation with the guy. You're just too
Yeah,
close.
and it's just uncomfortable when you
Yeah.
just want to be there alone. And also with what we try and do with filming all the food and everything, to be that close
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to someone else that you don't know, a stranger.
I mean,
it's
filming,
just-
it's our job. That's what we.
And I just want to say, like, I'm all happy to meet new people on cruises.
As well as I.
I just don't necessarily want to eat with them. I think eating is like
Yeah.
super intimate. Like
And-
I like meeting people on the excursions and like chatting up on the bus and stuff like
I
that.
may have asked for a table for 3 because that's what it ended up being.
I know. A table for 2 should not be 1 inch away from any other table. You got to give us at least a full 1.5 feet.
I was going to say 3
I'm
feet, but
talking
okay.
to you. Well, at least a 1.5 feet. They can say, "Oh, we got to get space. We got to get."
But what if we want to
to
have a private conversation? It would have been impossible to have a private conversation because the guy was right here.
It was really uncomfortable.
Right here. It was.
I felt uncomfortable.
Anyway,
That was 5.
Number 6.
Reservations.
Reservation.
They're
Oh,
impossible
what
to
a
make.
nightmare.
They're impossible to make sometimes. So we have a cruise coming up with Celebrity in May, and there's going to be 12 of us now. It was supposed to be 10. Now it's going to be 12 of us.
It'd be a big group.
And so literally as soon as I had time, I called to make the reservations for the 12 of us. Guess what? Any decent time, 5:30, 6:30, gone.
Gone.
And I'm telling you, I called within 1 or 2 days after you were able to make the reservations. So that's annoying, but I know you guys are going to be saying, but Laurie, that's 12 people. Like, that's not fair. No, like, just for Gary and I've tried in the past. For the main dining room, the reservations go like that. When you get the freestyle dining package, it's kind of annoying to even have to make reservations in the first place. But if you guys know, if you don't make reservations on like Princess or Royal Caribbean, like you could just be in line forever. Celebrity in line forever.
Yeah. 2 hours, up to 2 hours.
Yeah,
Standing for 2 hours.
Yeah, on our Island Princess cruise, we were standing there. There was no seating. There was no beepers. We were just standing online.
Standing.
If on formal night in heels, I have back problems.
Right.
Back.
And I got back
home.
problems and knee problems. And it's just, you can't stand for 2 hours.
Yeah,
It's just-
but I couldn't make a reservation because they were gone.
But don't mix up that May cruise with our cruise coming up in 9 days.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's another subject.
That's
but
another
anyway,
subject.
Yeah. Anyway, number 7.
Dining times, meaning the length that it takes you to eat in the main dining room.
Yes, it takes forever.
Well, some cruise lines have gotten like a really good system down, but
When they have a helper.
yeah, when they
the
have
server
a helper.
has a helper. When the server doesn't have a helper, it's like you're waiting forever for your main course or your next appetizer.
In
I feel so
Princess,
sorry
if
for
you've
those
seen
people.
our videos on our Panama cruise, I think
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
took
Yeah.
over 2 hours once in the main dining room at Sabatini's. It took almost 3 hours to eat
Yes.
dinner there once. And we literally said to them, we gotta leave. Like
We got a show coming. We got to see
we're
a
going
show.
to the show. We specifically made like a 5:30 p.m. time so we could make the 9 p.m. show.
And we started, after a while, we started doing this. It's like, come on. let's
Yeah,
go.
it was ridiculous.
2.5, 3 hours.
And
Oh my gosh.
and when it gets busy, that's almost what it's like on like every cruise line in the main dining room. It just takes too long.
Yeah.
Like, and there's not enough asking like, do you want all your appetizers at once? Are you in a rush? Or should we bring the appetizers out one at a time? Just ask us because the shows are at very specific times on
Yeah.
cruise ships. It's usually at 7:30 and 9:30 or like 7 and 9. So we work our dining times
Around that.
because to us, entertainment is one of the main reasons we cruise.
Yeah.
So it should not take 2 hours because then we're just gonna miss the show,
Yeah.
and that just makes
That
us
all
mad.
boils down to lack of crew members. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. Well, I feel like sometimes it also boils down to lack of organization.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we've had more problems on Princess,
Yeah,
and we
point taken.
noticed that they don't work as like they don't have like
There's not a system. Boom, boom.
There's not as
boom.
good a
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Point taken.
Yeah.
Number 8. Specialty dining prices.
They just keep going up and up and up. I know we already mentioned it, but it deserves its own category.
It does.
Because it used to be in the days of yore, like the one steakhouse would be $10, $15 extra.
When we started cruising back in the day, that's what it was.
And you know what? It wouldn't necessarily sell out because everyone would be like, well, why am I going to spend $10, $15 extra on a restaurant when the food is so good already?
Yeah.
But now the quality of the food on some cruises is going down and down. So you're wanting to pay extra for the specialty dining, but meanwhile, it's going up and up. Most notably, we saw on a recent video the magic carpet on Celebrity
$125
per person.
per person.
So that's $250.
That's New York City prices. We live in Manhattan. That's New York City prices.
And while it's really cool to be on the magic carpet
And go up and down. That would be nice and
we
cool.
saw the food and it did not look like $250 worth of food.
Yeah,
Now,
I wasn't impressed.
one thing we do often for our anniversary is go to the restaurant on the Marriott, and we spend less than $250 there. And that's supposed to be a tourist trap, an overpriced tourist trap. But we always have a nice time there. So why would we spend all this extra money on a cruise? It's just getting, I mean, we do it because we need to bring it to you, the people. But it's not just magic carpet, but even like the Royal Caribbean included dining. It's or when you buy an unlimited dining package, it is limited. It's not unlimited. It's limited. You can't go to like the
It's limited.
I gotta stop making him laugh, you guys.
I look like a rabbit.
You can't go to the hibachi restaurant. It's a huge extra fee, or like you can go to this place, this place, this place. These other places are going to cost you $20 extra on top of the unlimited dining package you already got.
And sometimes when you get an unlimited dining package, you can't. There are certain restaurants you can't. That's not included in that.
I do want to give a shout out though to MSC, whose specialty dining restaurants are still reasonably priced. I think, and very good.
MSC, good bang for your buck.
Oh yeah, especially
MSC Cruise Lines, good for you.
especially the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
so
excellent.
cheap, and you got like so much food. Oh my. Okay. Anyway, usually we wait before the last one, but I think we need to catch you while you're hot. So now is a great time, I think, to say we would like to invite you to please hit the
Like and subscribe button.
Did you open your mouth too wide, babe?
No, I didn't. I don't think so.
Okay, with the
Notification bell. It really helps us.
it
out, guys.
really helps us out. It helps us to keep.
I know every time you turn on, everybody says hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe bell, hit the. But it would really, really help us out because she does all the editing. It takes her hours and hours and hours and hours to do. So.
What do you think? This magic invents itself?
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, it really helps us out. All right, let's continue on. We have 2 more to do.
Moving on.
So number 9 is super duper random, but I want to say imitation crab.
Imitation crab meat.
Can I? So many times on the menus in the main dining room or the buffet, it'll say crab this, crab
cake,
that,
crab
this.
Yeah. No, it's
And
imitation
not.
crab. It's not crab
it's
meat.
imitation crab.
It's imitation crab, which is pollock. It's pollock.
Yeah, or sometimes not even. I don't even know what it is. Just a bunch of
Mystery fish.
Yeah. So just don't lie to us.
Yeah.
If it's not made with crab,
Don't say crab.
say imitation crab.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't look good, maybe that reflects on you.
Yeah.
All right. And finally,
Number
10.
Ding, 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 ding.
This one is, you might know what Gary is about to say. This bothers me too, but it's really all Gary because he has the biggest pet peeve with it. And
Lobster. Lobster.
all right, tell him your lobster sob story and don't open your mouth too wide. Tell him the lobster stories, our lobster trials and tribulations.
There's a bunch.
Okay, first of all, talk about it back in your day.
In my day, when I was performing on cruise ships on NCL, Norwegian
NCL.
Cruise Line, lobster came with the meal. I mean, it wasn't a weekly thing. It had 2 or 3 times a week. And
At the buffet.
This is back in the 90s.
Lobsters.
And early to mid 2000. But it was on the buffet too, and it was in the main dining room, and it included in the price of the cruise. And so fast forwarding, Laurie and I are on an NCL cruise.
2017.
Okay, good one. 2017. So the manager comes around.
Because we said,
he's asking
why
everybody.
is there no more lobster? This is 2017.
The manager's coming around. I'm getting to that. Manager's coming around from table to table to table. How's your food? How's your food? Is everything all right? And I just said, why don't you why don't you serve lobster anymore? And he says, oh, well, we found out that it shrinks. That was the excuse he was giving us. It shrinks. And I went, really? It shrinks? Okay. And he says, and besides that, it goes bad. Well, as I said, I worked on NCL, and they served lobster all the time, and it didn't shrink, and it didn't go bad.
Yeah. Why don't you just
Why
say
didn't you just say it's not
We're cheap.
cost effective?
We're cheap.
It's not cost effective.
Just
Just
say
go ahead and
it.
say that. Yeah.
Okay. But what burns my britches even more is, as you know, recently Royal Caribbean, and it's probably, in all honesty, it's probably because of us, because we abused the system. I mean, we would get like, when it was unlimited lobster tails,
Oh yeah.
we would get like,
One night I ate 5 and she ate 4.
I mean, we abused this.
This was on RCCO, right?
So, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this could be our fault that they instilled this whole limitation where you only get one now. But fine, if the extra one is $4.99, $5.99,
That's cool.
fine, that's cool. That's
But
cool.
$20, $25 for an extra tail?
Do you guys?
We're
It's
talking
like
about
2 bites.
And we're talking about 3 or 4 bites because the lobster tail is very small, and they're charging $20, $25 for that. Come
I
on,
think it's even
man.
more. It wasn't it like $27.99 on one of the.
On one of them, yeah.
Yeah. So this whole lobster thing is just really upsetting to us.
Yeah.
And that is our number 10 of things we hate about dining on a cruise ship.
And back in those days, the guy would come around and say, "Would you like another lobster tail? Would you like another lobster tail? Would you like another lobster tail?" Anyway, those are our 10 things.
You know-
Sorry for interrupting, babe.
I know the lobster tails is expensive, but maybe what if you serve a whole lobster? What if you
I wouldn't mind spending $27.99 for a whole lobster.
No, or instead of just a tail, like what do they do with the rest of the lobster?
Well, it's a Florida lobster, so they don't have claws.
Well, don't they have feet?
They got feet, but they don't have claws. There's Florida lobster, and then there's Maine lobster. Maine lobsters have these big claws. Florida lobsters, they don't
Yeah,
have
but
claws.
can you eat the legs?
She could eat the legs.
I love the
I
legs.
don't eat
The
the
meat
legs.
squirts right up at you.
Yeah, okay.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, anyway, that's it. Is there anything you dislike about dining on a cruise ship? Please let us know
In the comments below. Below. In the comments below.
Or do you want to fight us? Do you think we're being a little overboard with some of our stuff? Let us know in the comments, except it's about the lobster situation, because we stand by that the second tail should not be $27.99 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay? So, but anything other than that, let us know if you think we're a little out of line in the comments. Okay?
I'm sure people are going to say we're out of line. But I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to say, yeah, I've been a lot. I cruise a lot, and I agree with you, yeah. Or maybe you don't.
Also, once again, I just want to remind you to hit the subscribe button, because coming soon, we will have a bunch of Norwegian Prima
Coming up in 9 days.
cruise vlogs coming at you. So you're going to want to subscribe, hit the button. And that's all we got for today.
Yeah.
So until the next time, we want you to don't open your mouth too wide.
Come on.
Live
Live your best cruise life.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, bye.